Welcome to your new role as a faculty member, staff member, or student in a Jesuit business school. We'd like to share some insights into the distinguishing features of a Jesuit business education.
Rigorous academics and individual attention from faculty.
Critical thinking and opportunities for reflection, as well as personal and spiritual growth.
An appreciation of business as a noble vocation and a force for positive social change.
Service learning that develops servant leaders in business.
A global perspective and emphasis on ethical business practices.
Now, here's Father Jerry Kavanaugh with some background on the Jesuits and their particular charism or values.
St. Ignatius was from a fairly well-to-do family. He was a soldier, a ladies' man. He was in battle in Pamplona, Spain. A cannonball shattered his leg, and he was really in bad shape. They carried him back to his home in Loyola, the Loyola Castle, and there he had to stay there till the leg healed. And in doing so, he read the lives of the saints, and he thought, what am I doing with my life? I'm wasting it, whereas I could do much more for God and for people. And so he decided he would. But eventually he thought, if I'm going to have any impact, I should get an education. So he went to the University of Paris, the best university at the time. At the University of Paris, his roommate was St. Francis Xavier, of all people. They and 8 other companions eventually formed the Society of Jesus, the Jesuits. It was founded in 1540. It's a while ago, as you can see. Today, there are 28 Jesuit universities, as I suspect you know, in the United States. There are 202 around the world in 68 countries, and a total of more than 600,000 students in these universities. This is a global system, way before globalization. And we have marvelous opportunities now to interact, exchange ideas, students' best practices. And of course now, we Jesuits are quite proud that Pope Francis is the first Jesuit Pope and also the first Pope from the Americas. The universal apostolic preferences, there are really 4 of them. They're spelled out in a letter which isn't very long, and I'd urge you to take a look at it, but this is just a quick overview. The first one of them is to walk with the poor, with the outcast, with the people that don't get attention in our society. Why do we say that? Well, because Jesus said that. That was his preference. He was with the poor, the lame, the blind, and helping them and working with them. But in addition to just walking with them and helping them, it's to build bridges so that the rest of us who are better off will understand their plight and will try to help. And also to try to get at some of the root causes that bring about this disparity of income, the fact that there are so many poor, uneducated, that they don't have opportunities, and to try to right our structures, some of them economic, political, social, to make them better for the poor people especially. You know, another major, this is one of the major 4 priorities, is to accompany young people on their journey so that they have a hope-filled future. Well, what a wonderful and inspiring challenge this is for all of us. Boy, we're right in the middle of it. You know, we're with young people day after day and hour after hour. So it's a marvelous opportunity for us to coincide with these universal preferences that are for all Jesuits, all collaborators, which is you and I and all of us all around the world. This also ties in with a traditional Jesuit value of care for each individual person, and to help our young people decide who they are, what's important to them, what their goals are, where they're going in life. Another major issue is collaborate in care for our common home. And this is another thing that, boy, it's right down our alley in business schools. As Pope Francis and other Jesuits have said, we are one human family on this globe. We aren't separated. You know, we're all together in this. You know, what happens to our globe happens to all of us. Pope Francis challenges us. He says that, you know, often we're obsessive consumers. We're a throwaway culture. Well, this is a challenge to us who work with businesses, teach business. You know, how can we help people develop sustainable businesses? Businesses that will continue, you know, and not be a a burden on our culture. One of the basic tenets here is to show the way to God through discernment and the spiritual exercises. Discernment is a part of that, and that's how we make a decision in the light of being in the presence of God. What would God have me do? You know, when we make a decision, of course, we want to run the numbers. You know, we want to do an analysis, of course. But in addition, step back and think, what would God have me do here? It also can encourage us to be self-reflective, to think about things before we act. This brings about a more peaceful life, a more peaceful time. It enables us to unplug, not to be obsessive, and that's a gift. There's a recognition here amongst all of us that business is the dominant institution in our society. We've got a terrific opportunity here to help business be a contributor to a sustainable society, a sustainable world. In our business schools, we pride ourselves on educating leaders, and that's also true. Leaders in business, surely, also leaders in other walks of life. Basically, business is a noble vocation. We are in the middle of it to help people understand how they can contribute to making this world a better place for all of us.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.